All right, Eli, you ready?
Sure.
Okay. The book that you hate.
The book that I hate.
We're gonna do it.
Okay.
Boom.
I don't know what this is. Oh, I haven't read any of these yet. I'm
I
waiting
know
for
you
them.
haven't. I know you haven't.
I'm probably gonna read them on Marvel once they all drop. So,
well, here's the thing. This is the final issue.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the final issue of it. So this is done, and we're going to see the final fate of the Punisher. This is Punisher no more. So, like I said, I haven't read any of this stuff either. I read like the first issue and this. Everything in between, I have not read. All I know is that in between, he wrote a dragon, had a Hell Army fight Daredevil, who Daredevil also had a Hell Army fight them. And that's all I know. That's it. Both of them had superpowers. He's got superpowers in this book. And there you go. So let's start where we go. So the book ends. Like I said, this is the last issue. 12 issues. Last issue after this, the book is done. And we will find out the final fate of the Punisher. Let's go. All right. So the book opens up with Punisher bleeding out on the ground. So let me catch you up what's happening. They gave me a little blurb at the beginning of it, kind of letting know what happened. Remember, they resurrected his wife, right? Okay, So his wife had amnesia the whole time throughout this book, but eventually she got her memory back about what it was before she died. And it turns out she was about to divorce Frank before she died.
Oh yeah, that was in Punisher Born. That's part of like
so that's canon. That is continuity.
Run. Yes, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I thought James just pulled the shit out of his ass. I'm glad.
Punisher Born, where it's like basically says that Frank Castle always had those violent tendencies. When he went to Vietnam, and then he came back. He came back from Vietnam, and that's when his family got killed. But he was because he was angry. He was
You might not hate this book, then, Eli. But that will happen right now. So basically, his wife was going to divorce him, and now that his wife is alive, she found out that he's basically the biggest mass murderer in history. She shot him, but like I said, he has superpowers now, so she shot him with like magic bullets, to put him down, put 2 in his chest. So he's bleeding out on the ground right now, and he's reaching for his gun, and that's when that ninja priestess shows up and shit like that. She's like, "Damn, Frank."
This is the Hand, right?
This is the Hand. He's leader of the Hand, but she's like the second in command of the Hand that brought him in, and now she's like, "You fucked up, Frank. You did 2 things." Oh, and he fought the Avengers like in like issue 11 or some shit like that. They came after him because he basically leading a ninja assassin crew. So, and she's like, "You fucked up, Frank. You didn't do what you're supposed to do." They sent him to kill a boy. I think they sent him like to kill a boy, like for his last mission to ascend to whatever shit. But he don't kill kids. That's like Frank's rule. He don't kill kids. So they're like, you got to kill who we tell you to kill. And you didn't kill the Avengers. They came after you. You could have killed them. You kicked their ass with your superpowers that we gave you, but you didn't kill them. So that's twice you fucked up. Now you bleed on the ground because you got shot by your wife. So you're not the person we thought you were, Frank. And then she used her octopus powers to grab the gun that Frank was about to use to kill her. And she's like, "I'm disappointed in you, Frank." Okay. And Frank's like, "You know what? You think it's over, but I still got a little bit of that superpower, beast power in me." And then he uses his beast powers and he telekinetically blows up the gun in her hand. And so she flies out of there.
Wait. Punisher has beast, or what? Who has beast powers? Punisher?
Yeah.
Has beast powers?
Okay. He's got like dark god power. He just says he prays to the beast or some shit like that.
Okay.
We don't know what the beast is. Now, I thought the dark guy he was praying to was Ares, but Ares never's been that damn powerful in these books. Like the Ares was an Avenger. So apparently it's some other dark guy he's praying to.
It's No.
Or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah. But he just calls it the beast. That's what he just calls
it. Is coming.
Right. So he prays to whatever dark guy he did, blows the gun up in her face telekinetically. She flies out of there. Then the Avengers show up, kick the Hand's ass, and they see Frank bleeding out of the ground. They're like, "Frank, we get a flashback when he goes to Fat Max Social Club. This is the day of the funeral of when he buried his wife and kids. And he's in there, he's just drinking away and shit like that. And the bartender says, "I know you just came from a funeral, but you're going to go into another funeral if you get the hell out of here, because Thursdays is the day the family eats." And like, "I know who the family is. And I know this is a mob bar." And like, "Well, you don't know shit. So you better get the hell up out of here because you talking too crazy in front of us right now." And Frank's like, "I wanted you guys to get close to me." And he reaches in his pocket and bam, 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 bam. Yeah, goes all
Clackety,
Punisher. On
clackety,
him.
clow.
Exactly, goes all Punisher on him. You know, this is how he relieves stress after the funeral. So yeah, so he wakes up in Doctor Strange's basement in the Sanctum Sanctorium. They mystically chained him and shit like that. Basically, the reason he was able to heal from his bullet wound because he still has some more beast, dark god powers and shit in him left in him. But Doctor Strange tells him all your dark god powers you have, like the last 12 issues, they're gone. You completely expended them. So you're human again now. But we mystically change you up just in case you do some weird shit. So you're in the bottom of my basement. You can't escape. If you escape, you're gonna wind up in another crazy ass dimension. So you're stuck here. You can't go anywhere. And basically, Strange is like, man, what are we gonna do with you, Frank? And Frank's just like, look, man, you got two options. You either leave me in your basement for the end of days until the apocalypse comes, or you send Wolverine down here and handle your business. That's your two options right now. He's like, man, I can't you right. So he leaves him down there, and basically the Avengers come in one at a time, and they have a private conversation with him. The first Avenger is, of course, Wolverine. Wolverine go to it. He's like, say it, Frank. Just say it. Give me a reason not to kill you right now, Frank. Tell me that the Hand brainwashed you. Tell me they seduced you with your wife like that. Tell me something to make me not stab you in the face right now. And Frank's like, no, whatever you want me to tell you, bub? No, that I was brainwashed? No, none of that shit. I killed everybody. I liked it. Hell, I loved it. I'd do the shit again. So he has no remorse.
It's like when Ghost Rider. He said, told Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Ghost Rider should have been here now. And that's the thing. So basically, that's what Black Widow is trying to tell him. Like, yeah, okay, Frank, you're a killer. I'm a killer. Wolverine's a killer. The difference between you and me and Wolverine is that me and Wolverine know the fucked up shit we did. We're trying to repent for the fucked up shit we did and all the people we killed. You don't give a fuck. You're happy about the people you killed. You don't have no remorse for anything you done. And that's the problem. Like, I thought we were friends. You're like, no, we're not friends. I'm a weapon. You have used me, and S.H.I.E.L.D. has used me just for your own benefit and tossed me aside whenever you needed to. So don't act like we're friends, Black Widow. We're not.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. So, and your boy.
You what did Loki say? You lie and kill.
Yeah, you lie and kill in the service of liars and killers. Basically the same shit he doing right there. Then Moon Knight comes in and hits me shit like that. He just looks at it. He was like, Frank, look, man, I understand. I get it. You suffer trauma because your wife and kids died in Central Park right now. And you went out and you got your vengeance and you handled it. But at some point, some people would go, you know what? I've done enough. I've killed
Moon Knight?
enough people.
Seriously?
Moon Knight is saying that. Yeah, Moon Knight is
this guy.
Right.
This crazy motherfucker is going to talk to this psychotic fucking
okay,
psychopath.
that's the same shit when Batman talks to the Joker. So that's what he says. He was like, see, he like basically trying to say, like, Frank, I understand you to a point. But the problem is you're the biggest mass murderer in human history. At some point, you would have had enough killing. But you killed damn near everybody you can find. So at some point, when it get to a point that you're just using your wife and kids as an excuse, that's that shit that you just said Gar finished you. So yeah. Mm-hmm. And of course, Punisher just doesn't say anything to Moon Knight. He be like, get the fuck out of my face, Moon Knight. Matter of fact, I think he sleep. I think he falls asleep with Moon Knight talking. And Moon Knight like, good talk, Frank. And then just leaves. Yeah. So we cut to another thing. So basically, Punisher is going on his killing spree. So Punisher has killed, like, this is a flashback. He's basically killed everybody associated with his wife and kids' murder, except for one guy. One guy is left. And this guy is going to the gas chamber anyway. He's headed to the gas chamber right now. Not for killing Frank's kids, but for like some other bullshit, like some other crime that had nothing to do with Frank's kids. It is like a technicality, some shit. And Frank, and so he's going to the gas chamber.
Paulie Walnuts from Sopranos.
That's exactly. I think they did it on purpose. Yeah, he like kiss my Guido ass, But Punisher like, not on my watch. So even though the guy is headed to the gas chamber, Punisher breaks into the jail to come get this guy. And they thinking, oh, somebody's about to break this guy out. They're like, no, he's not breaking out. He's breaking in. So, and then next thing, boom, breaks open the door, and Punisher, goes right for the guy. And basically, this is the guy that like put the bullet in his daughter's abdomen that made her bleed to death. And even though Punisher knows the guy's about to go to the gas chamber anyway, and if he would have just chilled and relaxed, the guy was going to die anyway. But Punisher's like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to put a bullet in his head. No, the justice system is not going to handle this guy. So, yeah, and he just walks out, and that's it. So, And Punisher is just looking, and now he's talking to Steve Rogers. Oh, no, his wife. Yeah, his wife is here. So his wife is here talking to him. His wife is basically telling him the same shit that Moon Knight said. You have been using me as an excuse to kill all these people. You knew for a fact, Frank, that day that I died in the park and the day our kids died in the park, that I was about to leave you. You knew that. And you just using all this bullshit as an excuse right now. But really, we were gone from your life long before that. And it's all because of you. So stop using me as an excuse. I sold your house. I sold all the, what's that dude's name? Microchip. I sold all his shit. And I donated all of your money to charities in our kids' names. The shit you should have done when we died. And I'm leaving. I'm taking the rest of half of the money and I'm leaving. And I'm never seeing you again. Frank, whatever they do with you, just stay dead. Don't ever find me again. And she leaves. So that's it. So Frank prays to the dark god. Yeah, he prays to the dark god one more time. In the name of the beast, hear my prayer, you son of a bitch. Crumb. You know. So the Avengers,
I'll do it myself.
So the Avengers about to hand down the sentence. I like, Frank, we finally know what to do with you, about to hand down the sentence. And Frank's like, nah, y'all not gonna hand down the sentence to me. I'm gonna hand down my own sentence. And he prays to the beast one more time, basically uses the bullets that his wife shot him with. And he like, beast, blah, blah, blah. And he is gone. And it's just like, is he dead? And Doctor Strange like, no, I don't sense his energy like anywhere. He doesn't exist on this plane of existence anymore. And like, is he dead? Like, no. The Punisher is no more. Dun, dun, dun. So we cut to some random kid that chopped up his parents or some shit like that. And he's writing on there, God bless the beast or shit like that. And that evil priestess shit like that is basically recruiting him, whoever it is. So we cut to Frank's wife. She got a bag full of money, bag full of cash, and a pregnancy test that is positive. Yep. As she's leaving New York City, you know, and some other shit. And yeah, the beast is there. Fuck all that shit anyway like that. So yeah, the end. Or is it?
Or is he going to
epilogue?
Doesn't he become Cosmic Ghost Rider or some shit?
Eventually, in some kind of timey-wimey future. But we cut to Weird World. Now, if you don't know what Weird World is, it's weird. It's one of Marvel's many alternate dimensions. That's where Frank went. He teleported himself to Weird World. So he's in an alternate dimension right now. And there is a war going on in Weird World right now. But the thing is, Frank is avoiding that war. So he's like, if the war is going on in the East, I'm going to go to the West. There's some kids here. I'm going to rescue these kids. I'm going to take them to a safe spot. And I'm just going to make sure that they find shelter. So basically, wherever there is fighting, he's going the opposite way. And the kids ask him, what's your names, sir? He's like, Frank. My name is Frank. The end. So, yeah.
That's not bad. That's not a bad. I mean, that, you know, Punisher, he's a killing, mass murdering psychopath, but he does have a code, you know.
Well, no, it seems like he's given up the code. It seems like he's done.
Yeah. But he's always protected kids. I mean, he does, you know, he does have a good side. You know, there is a good in him. But
right. He's protected. But the point is, like, there's fighting and shit going over here, and he could go this way and go fuck some people up, but he decided to go the other way. Yeah. So it's like he's become a pacifist now.
Yeah.
So that's what it's like. We know where it's coming from. Wait, the Avengers. You mean beat his ass? Yeah. Because we know what this is about, Eli. We know what this is about. The Punisher has become problematic because of certain individuals. Mm-hmm. So Marvel is trying to bury him under the rug. Not because the thing is, Jason Aaron put a disclaimer in there. He was like, yes, my Punisher story is over, but the Punisher story will never end. That's what he said. And I didn't read it, but that's what he said in there. Yeah. So basically, Marvel is basically like, Punisher, cool your heels for a while, chill in an alternate dimension until the heat dies down and these crazy ass people, you know, kind of forget about you for a while. Then you pop up and kill some motherfuckers. But for right now, we need you to chill.
I mean, yes, Punisher got popular in the 80s because of
Vigilante
Rambo. Yeah. Schwarzenegger movie, the One-Man Army. Those movies were popular. Because before before that, Punisher was just a stupid Spider-Man villain, or he popped up in Daredevil. You know, he's a kind of a, you know, but you know, once Rambo and Commando and all these, Chuck Norris and Steven Seagal, the one man guy who kicks an army's ass by himself. Those movies were popular in the 80s. So Marvel's like, hey, we got a guy that does that. And that's when the Punisher was born. Then he got popular because those movies were popular.
Right. Because vigilante justice was popular in the 80s.
Yeah. Just a
because
guy,
the thing was, there was a story of a real life dude that was a vigilante, like going on and shooting people that was robbing people and stuff like that.
Well, yeah. But
I gotta finish that. It turns out this vigilante was racially motivated. Everybody he shot was black people, and they may or may not have been robbing people. So
but they basically wanted Commando. They were doing a Rambo or Commando, Schwarzenegger, Stallone, where he's got a machine gun and he mows down an army of bad guys. That's all they were trying to do. But yes, as time went on, and
we started looking at the justice system,
social issues that we have right now. That he can be
police brutality became a hot thing.
The white man with the gun, and now he's
going to the hood, mowing down people, serving justice his way. We've talked about this on this podcast so many times.
The Punisher's been appropriated by people that idolize him, and
white supremacists. Let's just say it. Let's not beat around the bush.
But what makes him an interesting character is the fact that he is sort of a, compared to other heroes, he does point out hypocrisy, and that's what I like. I mean, I think it wasn't until Garth Ennis sort of took him and kind of gave him some more depth,
right?
And got to the nature.
The thing is, people misunderstand Punisher. You're not supposed to idolize the Punisher. You never were supposed to idolize the Punisher. You were supposed to look at this character. You can enjoy his stories. You can have fun with stories. But you're supposed to look at him like this is a fucked up individual.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with this guy, but I can still enjoy your story. You're not supposed to look up to him like, man,
you're not supposed to take it seriously.
You're not supposed to. That's the thing.
The Max and, Punisher Max, like I said, the Garth Ennis, Dylan run, they were cheesy and like the violence is so over the top and cartoony. It's hilarious.
Right.
And that's why I love Warzone, the Punisher Warzone movie, because it's so stupidly funny. They blow up parkour guys, and it's so dumb that you just gotta laugh. And Punisher is just a ridiculous character. Yeah, you're not supposed to idolize this.
Right. But I think that's the problem with people. Interacting with stories in general. I think a lot of times people miss the point that they think that the protagonist is always right, which is not the case. And sometimes, like the writers and the people that write stories, they do it on purpose. They want you to think that the protagonist is right, when in the other hand, they know that the protagonist is an asshole. So then you just lost the white supremacist.
We lost them a long time ago.
Sorry, we lost them a long time ago. We lost them the moment they clicked on this podcast. Like, fuck no.
Well, he's an anti-hero, and he's born out of like the Clint Eastwood West, those spaghetti westerns. Right. They're not good guys. They're just kind of bad guys that are kind of profiting off of the corruption of the environment.
Right. I mean, the thing is, the way those spaghetti were drawn, like there are no good guys and bad guys. It's just, who you're following at the right time, because in the right situation, they're the same. They're fighting the same people.
Like Clint Eastwood. Yeah. He's a hero in all his movies, like the Man with No Name, like the Dollars trilogy, but he could easily be a villain in another movie because he's a criminal.
Like you said, he's a former Confederate soldier.
Yeah, he's a criminal just out for money, robbing and stealing, just like the other guys that are robbing and stealing, and
like The Last of Us. We talking about The Last of Us. Like if you watch The Last of Us all the way through, you will realize this guy you were rooting for the whole time might be the villain, the real villain, but you don't know that because you watch it, because he's basically doing villain stuff, and it's just that you're just following somebody that's just going through what he thinks is right. That doesn't mean it's right. He's doing what he thinks is right. He's doing whatever he thinks is right for the situation, but at the end of the day, he's doing whatever he can to survive. So, but that doesn't make him a good guy. That just means he's a protagonist. So, protagonists, good guy are not always the same thing, and they don't have to be the same thing. Tony Montana is not a good guy.
No.
So-
In fact, the best gangster movies they're basically tragedies.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. You're not supposed to idolize the guy. That's the reason these movies end in tragedy, because they want them to be cautionary tales.
Yeah.
And not just those type of gangster movies. Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. You're not supposed to idolize O-Dog.
Yeah. Message.
Right.
Yeah.